You've heard the expression here in Selling from the Heart community about not being an empty suit. This week, we're going to bring our heart to the forefront to get rid of the empty suits that are plaguing the sales world today. A false heart, a false sense of heart is going to get you exposed as being an empty suit. Hey, by the way, I'm not here to cast a dark shadow, create ill will, have people throwing daggers at me about the term not being an empty suit. But when you bring your heart to the forefront, when you bring care, compassion, here at Selling from the Heart, we just simply call it giving a rip. You carry yourself like none others. You avoid being and labeled an empty suit by your clients and your future clients. And to further reinforce this, I'm going to go to Romans chapter 12, verse 9, as it states, don't just pretend to love others, really love them. Hate what is wrong, hold tightly to what is good. The question I have for you this week, are you truly, and I mean truly, connecting at a heart level with your clients? Now I'm going to ask us all to think about that one. Are you really connecting with your clients at a heart level, not just at a surface level? Carrying yourself. And here's what I want us to think about this week. Carrying yourself with what I call a false heart and pretending is only going to get you exposed. It's going to get you exposed as being an empty suit. You can't pretend. You can't pretend to really care. You can't pretend to bring compassion. You can't pretend to connect at a heart level, because sooner or later, pretenders are going to get exposed. Here's what I do know about the verse in Romans chapter 12, verse 9, is that verse encourages us to move beyond superficial expressions of affection. And it encourages us to actively engage in loving others sincerely. It goes back to our belief at Selling from the Heart. It's simply about giving a rip. But it starts with giving a rip about yourself and connecting to your heart. But when we start thinking, and when I start thinking about this approach, connecting at a heart level, it fosters deeper connections. It promotes more compassion. And quite honest, it's an ethical way of living and carrying your sales life. Let's stop and think for a moment together. If I can connect at a heart, check this out. If I can connect at a heart level and bring compassion to the forefront in my personal relationships, why can't you do that with your business relationships? We shouldn't leave heart at the doorstep of our house when we go out into the business community, when you go out and work with your clients and your future clients. Let's collectively think together for a moment. What would it be like if you brought genuine, meaningful love to your clients? It's about small acts of kindness. It's about bringing empathy to the forefront. It's about bringing support. It's about plain old giving a rip. When you give a rip about your clients and you connect at a heart level with your clients, they will give a rip about you and they will connect to your heart as well. This is what I believe fosters a truly meaningful, genuine, authentic relationship. Quite frankly, I know that's what y'all want, isn't it? Here's what I know. If you are willing to do this, mark my word on this. This has a direct, and I mean direct, tie-in to increase revenue, increase profits, and your long-term sales sustainability. Here's my challenge to each and every one of you this coming week. Find one client client and connect at a heart level. Go above and beyond. Just give a rip about one client and watch what happens to that relationship. That's my challenge this week. I double dog dare you. Here's what I do know. Together, we have been building this movement for quite some time. This movement we called Selling from the Heart. It's about bringing care, compassion, and it's about giving a rip. When you bring authenticity to the forefront and you combine this with building trust, you have done two things better than many in sales. You've risen above the empty suits. Let's wave the flag on Selling from the Heart. It's about selling in a post-trust world, because I do know this. Your clients and your future clients, they'd rather connect to and do business with a sales professional who sells from the heart, as opposed to one who is an empty suit. You have an amazing week.